Good evening, everybody. This is themsaltook, and we are playing Minecraft Feed the Beast. Whee! So I got a lot of fun stuff lined up for today. To start out, let's just look at a few things I've been doing around my base. I know I have way more in there that I'm going to get to, so we'll get through what we can and save the rest for the next episode, I guess. But yeah, we'll just see how fast it goes. So, I mowed my lawn. There were a lot of flowers around here from the bees, and so actually it's kind of annoying to do that because some of these flowers have rather small hitboxes, like smaller than you'd expect them to be. Like, look, that should be hitting the flower, shouldn't it? But no, you have to go in here. I've tried a scythe on them, but that only seems to work on some flowers, and sometimes only on flowers of the same type as I actually hit. So I end up, you know, clicking about the same amount to clear them. So here's where I put flowers whenever I mow the lawn, and yeah, it's a bunch. So if you guys have any suggestions for how to do that a little better, I would be interested to hear them. I know I could do like water currents, but that would also knock out my torches. Although I could install some better lighting that wouldn't get washed away by the water. I should probably just do that. But I kind of there's a few patches of tall grass here that I've been slowly mowing down because I wasn't careful, but I placed some of these around just to make the place look a little more alive. So, you know, I'd like to be able to keep tall grass around, but just get rid of flowers. That's probably impossible. But anyway, and the other thing, obviously, I planted a bunch of trees here. This is long overdue. I'm trying to get chestnut saplings. I got one a while ago when I was trying to breed up the apple trees we're using in our... I just fell. Using in our orchard over there. Somehow this leaf got pollinated. I'm just leaving it. I assume it still works the same. Yeah, so I got one chestnut sapling out of that, but that's not enough to grow a chestnut tree. You need 4. So I'm just trying to cross cherry and walnut right now. Pretty sure that's how you get chestnut. I actually could have remembered that wrong. But another thing I wanted to show is this setup that we have over here for industrial craft crops is actually working extremely well. Like I've been pleasantly surprised by it. Okay, let's see. Those are melons. We've gotten a lot of good stuff just from only using netherworts crossed with netherworts. They seem to be, from what I can tell, it's like they're a wild card. You can get any mutation from them with each other. So I've actually gotten quite a few pretty high value things. I got some tulips here, have some feru here. Let's try picking it. Okay, we got one small pile of iron dust. I'm just going to put it in here because you can't do much with one. This must be red wheat. I have never seen it before. Last time I tried to pick this, it didn't give me anything. Let's see if we have any better luck this time. Interesting. We got wheat. Didn't get redstone. I think that's supposed to give you redstone. Huh. This, if I remember correctly, is hops. Yeah, we got some hops. Good. Those aren't extraordinarily useful because industrial craft brewing is pretty useless. But yeah, I also got blackthorn, which I don't really need because I have stained bees. But yeah, I just want to have these crops around in case they, you know, become more useful in the future or, you know, other things, just to have them. See, I think if it's grown that much and it's still red, that means it's not terrawort, so I should probably just chop that out and try again, but I'll just leave it. But yeah, this setup of keeping each pair isolated is awesome. Is so much less stressful than doing it the other way, where I just have to babysit it constantly and be knocking out weeds to not lose my work. This is absolutely the way to go. I can just come in here every once in a while and see, okay, those are overgrown by weeds, knock that out and plant a new netherwort, and all the rest are fine. It's just, I really like doing it this way. This is much better. So that's where we are with crops. I haven't shown that in a while, so I just figured I'd give you a quick update on it. So, other stuff we have planned for today. I was actually going back and reviewing some of my old videos just for fun, to see how things had changed over time. There are a lot of things I noticed that I do differently. Talk about that a bit more in a moment. Now, this centrifuge is inconveniently positioned. Right, I have it here because I've been electrolyzing cinnabar to get sulfur. It also gives you mercury cells. I don't want to tie up all my cells with mercury in them, so what I do with these is I centrifuge them for quicksilver, then just stick all the quicksilver in a barrel here. That actually gives me quite a lot of it. So yeah, I got through most of my cinnabar, still have some sphalerite to go. But anyway, let's look at this machine. This is an automatic wire mill. I went ahead and built one of these. Apparently it makes wires more cheaply, because normally it's, what is it, 3 copper ingots for 6 wire? Yeah, that's what it is. So here it's 2 copper ingots for 6 wire. So that's nice. It's a little bit cheaper to do it that way. Whoa. That was really weird. I definitely clicked that fewer than 8 times, but it gave me 8. So anyway, that's just a nice, it's like a sawmill, just lets you get more for the same amount of resources. Since I have this sulfur, I'll just put it down here. This machine's still working just fine. The sulfur is kind of my shortage now. Or it sort of goes back and forth between sulfur and coal. I have a thing on my to-do list to do something about that, but I don't think we'll get to it this episode. I've actually been putting it off for a few episodes now, but if we go quickly enough, we will. So let's go a little quicker. So another thing I wanted to talk about was I've found with GregTech, very few ores are really optimally smelted in the induction smelter. But nether ores are actually really great for that. So interesting thing about rich slag. If you use it with a nether ore of the type, say, like coal or redstone or diamonds, or, you know, something that's not iron or gold that you'd normally smelt normally, it gives you double the non-nether ore of that type. Or, no, more than double. So, like, if you smelt nether diamond ore with rich slag, it gives you 3 diamond ore. So that's a... that gives you the maximum amount out of those nether ores, because nothing else can compare to 3 diamond ore from that. And yeah, the only other thing I have... right, sorry, let me back up a little bit. I've been using my coal ore in my nether coal ore in the induction smelter to get regular coal ore and rich slag. So that gives us rich slag that we can use with nether ores that it would be best for. So that's handy. Nether coal ore is a great way to get rich slag. The only other thing I really do that with is this Zycraft aluminum ore. So yeah, rich slag's actually in slightly short supply, but it also has a little bit less use, just because the industrial grinder tends to be better for almost everything. But anyway, other stuff we're doing. Right, okay. So let's talk about our GregTech building a little bit. I've built a few more machines here. Yeah, let's just go ahead and get this. And some... let's see, I need a bunch of stuff for this. Actually, hang on. Well, let me pick up a few things, then we'll actually talk about what they're going to do. I'm going to might need these. And these. Okay, so I was looking at this building over here. Oh, just because I see that red light, I gotta get it to turn off. I would like to stop using impregnated frames there. I'd really like to use proven frames. We will be doing something about that this episode. This guy trades them, but we don't have the best emerald setup for using that. But anyway, I was looking at this building, and I was kind of bothered by its asymmetry. It's easier to see from above. I don't have my jetpack with me, but like we have a big machine in this corner, big machine in this corner, big machine in this corner. Then this one was just empty. So I've already dug out this space. There is actually one big GregTech machine that I was missing here. So right here, we're going to put an industrial sawmill. So this is like the thermal expansion sawmill, I think. It gives you more planks for your logs and also some byproducts. Let's see how it compares. Let's just take one log. Well, actually, no, I can just look at the recipes. I don't need to actually use it. So yeah, since these machines don't actually have power yet, what I've been doing is I'll take, this is an MFE, I'll take this, put it next to the machine I want to use, or a bat box in the case of the implosion compressor, and just bring over some sort of power storage, like a honey crystal for low amounts, like for the implosion compressor, because it takes very little to actually make anything with it. I had to use this a few times to make iridium plates for some of the stuff we'll be playing with in a moment. But yeah, so, or the advanced jetpack, just to move EU over to this MFE. Oh, guess we were smelting tungsten. Anyway, so if we look at the recipes for this guy, okay. Oh, okay. So it's the same as the thermal expansion sawmill, just with wood pulp instead of sawdust. Okay, well that's not really that amazing. I might as well use the thermal expansion one. I guess you can maybe overclock this one more. Anyway, I just want to have it there mostly for aesthetics. But just in case it can do something that the other sawmill can't. We have an industrial sawmill now. Actually, it looks like it can't even do as much because the thermal expansion one can sort of disassemble wooden items and give you wood back for them. So this is actually worse. Oh well, it's there. It looks good. And right, I went ahead and made the other machines for all sides of these things, except for the distillation tower, because I don't know enough about that to say whether I actually want 4 of them yet, but I think for all of these others we'll get some benefit out of that. But anyway, let's get this building some power. So I have built myself a lightning rod. We've been talking about that for a long time. It's been a long time in coming. Finally actually made one. I haven't slept the last few nights, but it hasn't rained yet, so that makes me hopeful that it will rain soon. But yeah, this was kind of expensive, so it took a total of 5 highly advanced machine blocks, lots of these energy flow circuits, which is, they're not so bad. Iridium was spent on these lapatronic energy orbs, and I think I had some leftover superconductors from crafting something we crafted earlier. I forget exactly what it was. What was it? Okay, now I'm curious. What did we craft with superconductors? I know there was something. No. Wait, yes, we did make a supercondensator. That was used in the magic energy absorber, wasn't it? No? Well, anyway, so we have a lightning rod, and we also have a dragon egg energy siphon. I was a little bit wary of using this, but I played around with it a little bit in creative mode, just to get to know it, and it seems that the mechanic is you can place as many dragon eggs in the world as you want. You can place as many dragon egg energy siphons in the world as you want, but only one of them can actually have a dragon egg on top of it, providing any power. It seems like a good thing to put right in the center. If you have 2 of these with dragon eggs on top of them, the second one will immediately explode. But I think it's perfectly safe if we just have this one here. Hopefully that won't prove to be false. And I just covered up the only snow brick in here, so that's kind of a shame. Kind of feel like I should put this down 1. Thought I saw a creeper out of the corner of my eye. So this doesn't have a UI. I assume it's just sort of building up power. So yeah, I think I'm going to put that down 1. And we'll run all of our wires underneath the place, but there's a slight issue here. We need some power storage. Actually, let's set up our lightning rod first. That one I think I actually want to put outside the building, and we'll run it underneath the thing to get the power into it. I was thinking this side, but that's kind of down low. Let's go with this side. Though I don't really want to block the window, let's go with a corner. How about... what's the highest corner? Because with this... oh, hey, look at that. We're missing a block there. I have to do something about that. Come on, man. Just pick a corner. Just... why am I so indecisive sometimes? This corner, right here. So we're going to put that there. And with this thing, what you want to do is... not what I want to do right now, because I would die jumping... oh, wait, no. Let's do this. This will be fun. So we have to build up to pretty much the height limit with iron fences. We don't have to, but apparently it's most efficient if you're all the way up at the height limit. And then whenever there's a storm, if I'm not mistaken, a regular rainstorm has a chance of this getting struck, and a thunderstorm guarantees that it always will get struck. At least once. Maybe it can be struck multiple times. But yeah, it's not directly related to the actual, you know, what you see and hear as lightning strikes in the world. It just pays attention to the storms and sort of keeps track of lightning on its own, as far as I can tell. If you're wondering how we're going to get down, I'm going to aim for that lake there. Lake. Tiny little pool of water. Puddle. Hopefully I won't miss it. Are we at the height limit yet? Close. So this thing outputs... let's see, I forget how much it generates per lightning strike. It's a bunch. Okay, that's the limit. Ooh. Oh, I missed! Should have aimed a little better at that. Okay, well, lost 23 levels. No great loss. I have Explorer Bees. Would you sprint, please? There we go. So, yeah, It generates a lot of power whenever lightning strikes it, and outputs it at a rate of 8192 EU per tick, which is, more than most machines can handle. I think the matter fabricator is the only one that can just take that input as it is without downstepping it. But that is why we have these 4 HV transformers on us. That was what the GregTech wiki recommended. I haven't actually done any testing with this to make sure that was the most optimal way to do it, but I will assume that it is. Where are my torches? They must be down here? No? It's already down here. Okay, there's a bow. And torches are there. Okay. That's probably all my stuff. Let's make sure we're not missing anything crucial. Looks pretty good to me. Something was there. What was there? Levers. Okay. And, yep, we're good. Okay. So, what was I saying? Right. So, we have to step the voltage down. And we will do that with HV transformers. Yeah, so the GregTech wiki recommended that we put 4 around it. Almost feel like putting that down in the ground just a little bit. Where's the floor level of this? Okay, it's at the same level there. Yeah, I want to go down in the ground because I want my wiring to be under this thing. So let's get our wrench. We'll pick it up and move it down just a bit. That used almost all my iron fences, man. Yeah, so the lightning rod's sort of a very infrequent but reasonably high yield power generation mechanism. Because, you're not going to be getting a lot of thunderstorms all the time. Although, we can control the weather. See, that's the rain stopper, that's the rain maker. This one's loaded with storm shots. What am I doing here? Wrench. There we go. So we could create storms on our own and not just have to never sleep and hope a storm will happen. So yeah, we do have some control over that. Right, so we wanted to pick this up. Yoink. And can I do a quick swap here? Probably not, but maybe. Let's try. Let's see. Nope, failed. All right, get out of there. And then I will pick you up. There we go. What was I saying? I don't know. So this goes here. And, right, we'll just wire that from below at some point. And I want gotta recharge it. Okay, since that has no UI, we can't actually use it for that. That's 128 EU per tick. Just basically for free. You only get 1 per world. If you try to set up a second one, it explodes. So that's not the only... those 2 aren't the only ways we're going to generate power for that. I'd like to set up a fancier nuclear reactor. I've been centrifuging some uranium dust, which gives me uranium cells and a little bit of plutonium dust. So nuclear reactor fuels kind of go thorium, uranium, plutonium in increasing order of power. And, with power comes more heat generated. So, yeah, so there's a bit of a trade-off there. But yeah, I haven't actually designed out another nuclear reactor that I want to use for that, so we're not going to do that just yet. Yeah, so we also need to store the energy somehow, and I'd really like to make an adjustable energy storage unit. But I don't think I have the iridium for it, so that's 8 of these, each of which takes 1 iridium plate. And after building the lightning rod, I don't have that much anymore. I could have done it without having built the lightning rod, but I didn't. Oops. So I think what I want to do here... So if I'm putting that in... Let's actually go down a little bit lower. I should just go ahead and dig out a second layer to this, so that I know where I'm putting all my wiring. Okay, well, we're not actually going to spend too much time in this building today. But yeah, we just have this. That's good enough for now. And let's see, which way do we want these to face? We want them like that. Yes. Yeah, so this is what the GregTech wiki recommended. We do that and put the lightning rod here. then all of its output faces are facing those HV transformers, and we can just take wires off of those like... Oh, copper. I guess I should get that. Something like... Could go below, we can't go above. I don't know. Probably to the side is the way to go. I kind of feel like trying this just to make sure I have it right. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do this real quick. Although we'll have to wait for a storm to actually be sure. I want to hook this up to an MFSU and make sure it doesn't explode or anything. Oops, didn't need to dig all those. Okay, here we go. That should pretty much do the trick. And now I want to go under. This is just too inefficient. Okay, well, I feel like I'm fiddling with this for too long. There's a lot of other stuff. Oh, dang it! I missed! HV transformers are kind of expensive. Let's not use a pick for picking up those cables, even though it's really slow to do by hand. Okay, so I'm going to remake that HV transformer, set up this wire, make an MFSU, hook it up to it. We'll wait for a thunderstorm and see if the MFSU has exploded, or if not, how much energy it's got. So I'll be right back after I've done that. Alright, there we go. This should mostly do the trick. So I just went ahead and ran the wires under the things because it looked like a better way to do it. When I put it in the middle here, it was connecting to the bottom of the lightning rod. That just has the Greg symbol on it. I'm not sure if that actually outputs any power, but I'll assume it does and play it safe and just run the cable like this. So this goes into the MFSU. We'll come back later and see... Oh, you know what? If we have a risk of this exploding, let's not put it right next to our Dragon Egg Energy Siphon, because that thing was expensive. And I actually want to try out the Dragon Egg Energy Siphon and see if it... This is probably about the best place to put it. See if it... Make sure that it actually works. So that's from the lightning rod. That's hopefully sufficiently far away from stuff not to damage it too horribly. So we'll just hook that up, and yeah, cool. That powers right up. But I'm going to leave that disconnected for the moment because we want to see the lightning rod do its thing. And yeah, I'm even going to do this. So that's... Oh, oops. One more time. There we go. So that's reset to power level 0. So yeah, if we get a rainstorm, we can see if any power has come in from it. Cool. And... Oh, bug in my room. Yeah, I'm gonna take care of him 1 second. Nope, it flew into my lamp and stuck there, so if he comes out, I'll just have to step away for a moment to escort him outside. Oh, it's making noise at least. Anyway, aside from distractions like that, yeah, we're not going to actually set up the rest of the wiring for that and actually bring it all the way to the machines just yet. We'll do that a little later. Oh, let me talk just a little bit about how I'll be using this setup. And actually, we have some stuff in our to-do list that's relevant to this. So basically, I'm going to have that building over there for ad hoc usage of those machines. So I'm not going to do too much automation over there. I might do a little bit, because there is some stuff I'd really like to automate. That's what these two are for. So this carbon fiber stuff, I kind of have a lot of competition for my coal dust because... you know, for one thing, you can make diamonds out of it. For another, you really need it for carbon plates for advanced machine blocks. And, is that all? Let's see, you can also make nanosuit body armor out of them, but we won't be doing that more than, like, once, if at all. Okay, MFFS. We might need to make some of those, though they're not actually used in as many things as I thought they were. Anyway, so we need it for that, and we also need our coal dust for making industrial TNT down there. So I'm looking at alternate ways to get any of those things that we can. So industrial TNT, you know, can be made with, or gunpowder rather, can be made with charcoal dust, though it's less efficient. Carbon fiber, as it turns out, can actually be made with sugar, of all things, because you can do this. If you do this in an electric crafting table, you get the cells back, of course. This can come from a number of different sources. So rubber wood is a decent one, but I don't have a lot of rubber wood around. Or you can electrolyze sugar. Or coal dust, but there's no point to that. That's less efficient. Ash, I need that for fertilizer. Charcoal dust, yeah, right. You can do it with charcoal dust. That's actually not too bad. Calcite, where's this come from? Centrifuge, red rock. Oh yeah, that's right. Red rock, marble, basalt. Yeah, so all the red power stones. Charcoal dust again, ashes again, methane. Yeah. So sugar is kind of the cheapest one of those. So it takes a lot of sugar. It takes what is it? 9 stacks to make one. 9 stacks to make 1 carbon plate? I think that's right. I do have a fair bit of sugar here from when I was running my fruity bees, although this will actually run out pretty quick at the rate of 9 stacks per carbon fiber. But I'd like to use it for that, just so I don't have to use my other stuff. Charcoal dust would be another decent option, because the thing is, like, I don't have really an infinite supply of charcoal. This is just about stable as it is. It's been somewhere around 163 for the last, as long as I can remember, I think. Wood's actually going down. We need a better tree farm, because I'm using it faster than I'm producing it here. So we'll address that sometime soonish. So yeah, I just want to use my sugar for that. And basically I want to set up some automation. So I put a whole barrel of sugar next to an industrial electrolyzer, then have that piped out into an electric crafting table. I'm talking fast because I want to get this done, because I want to get the next item on my to-do list. Right, pipe that out to an electric crafting table, get the cells back, and just automatically make carbon fiber and carbon plates and stuff out of it. So we might use one of the industrial electrolyzers we have in a row over there for that. And by the same token, I'd also like to automatically make sulfur out of netherrack, because I have a huge amount of netherrack from my nether quarry. I set up this wireless transmitter on it. This light will come on when it's done with its work, so I'll know when to actually come back to the nether to pick it up and move it again. There's a gate condition finished work on a quarry that I'm just using. I haven't actually tested it. I assume it works. But yeah, this light should come on when the quarry's done with its work. So yeah, I'd like to set up a couple of things like that. I'm not certain if I'll put them in there or somewhere else. Almost feel like putting them somewhere else, but maybe we can tie it into that system. Yeah, this is Mine Factory Reloaded. We already know what that is. But the main time-consuming thing I wanted to do this episode, I think we might still have time to do at least a little bit of it, is, we've talked about this a lot. I would like to get started on a proper villager breeder, sorter, and trading post. So this is going to be fun. We'll have to get back into the villager breeding mechanics. We explored those a fair bit in our Mindcrack world, but I'm probably actually going to have to log out here and recheck that to refresh my memory. But there's a couple of things I'd like to try first. I'm going to be very mean to a villager in a moment, so avert your eyes if you don't want to see it. But what I want to test out here... Okay, well, let's talk about the trading post a little bit first. I've cleared out a little space here and kind of flattened it. This might be a bit far away from where I want it to be, but anyway, here's a spot where we can put it. This could end up being a large building. You know what? Let me get some blocks, and we'll actually lay this out as we're talking about it. But yeah, I'll go through the whole thing in a moment. But one of the things that's going to happen is we'll get a lot of villagers which are not desired. Like, we have no need for them, and we just want to, we don't need to keep them around anymore, so we need to dispose of them somehow. So there's some various things about that. You can't kill a villager directly, or have one die when it's too close to a village, or they will stop breeding. Man, that really stands out. It's not too gaudy though. Kind of looks like a beacon. Should get a beacon in here someday when I get enough nether stars. Anyway, so we could set up some sort of killing mechanism, but what I thought was maybe we can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm wondering if a villager can produce monster essence in a grinder. And let's see if any of these guys... Okay, you're not particularly desirable, so sorry, you're going to be my test subject. So we're just going to place this guy somewhere where we can use a grinder on him. Let's take advantage of this redstone energy cell. Just sit there. Nothing bad's going to happen to you. Let's see. Let me place this like this. Oh, dang it. Here, go over this way. Can it do it? Can it do it? Or will it just not hurt him at all? Okay, well, that's that answer. It does not hurt villagers. Okay! So I guess we'll pick a more humane way to well, might not be more humane. Oh, you know what we could do, though? Okay, we could have them infected by a zombie, and then, once they're zombified, we could use the grinder on them to get monster essence. Maybe that's what I'll do. So yeah, we'll let me get some blocks and we'll talk about our overall overall plans for that building. For some reason, I think of sandstone when I think of villagers, as far as block types that would go along with them. Maybe it's just because they often build their villages in deserts. Wish I had more sand than this. I guess I'll just make a bunch of sandstone out of it. Just, yeah, take all of it. So we'll build this thing primarily out of sandstone. I'm sure we'll get some more block types in there for some variety. But let me just lay it out for you. Oh yeah, so there's a part of this that I'm not going to be able to test easily, but maybe we can actually set it up to be fully functional. So here's a bunch of sandstone. Let's just go lay some stuff out. So this is going to consist of several segments. The very first of which is the breeding chamber. So we'll have, let's lay it out right now. So right over here, we're going to have a breeding chamber. This will be a 5x5 floor. The reason it's 5x5 will become clear in a moment. Let's see, how do I want to... let's stick it over back here. I think this feels like a good spot to me. 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then there'll be a wall around that, so 7x7. Oops. 6, 7. Oops, fail. 6, 7. 6, 7. Okay, so this will be our breeding area. Villagers will stand on the floor right here. We'll have walls around the outside like that, but I'm not going to set them up just yet. We'll have a toggle like we had in the Minecraft world. There'll be another villager up above here who is in range of doors when a piston is up and out of range of them when it's down. I'll check my Minecraft world for the exact numbers, and we'll go over that all again because I know I've gained a lot of subscribers since that was a long time ago. So we'll talk about the mechanics and the math and everything. So villagers will be here on this floor. I'll just have sort of a stable set of villagers here who are breeding all the time. And every time one is bred, there is this very cool little machine from Mine Factory Reloaded called the Chronotyper. And what this does... Yeah, I think this is oriented correctly. This is primarily for sorting baby animals out when you're doing an automated animal breeding system. But I tested it out in Creative, and it actually works on villagers too. So every time a baby villager is produced in here, it will, I need to provide this with MJ or EU or some kind of power, but every time one is produced in this 5x5 area, that's the range of it, that's why that size, it will just pull it right out and eject it to the other side of itself. So, we'll have this wall so that they can't cross over it. So a redstone energy cell or something above, or, oh yeah, we can power it from below. That'll work well. So, after that, you know what would be more interesting? Instead of just talking about this, let me try and get it set up. So let me cut away just a little bit here. You know what? We haven't seen our Minecraft world in ages. I'm gonna actually go over there and show what we're looking at. I will be right back. Ah, this old place. So this was our Season 1 Feed the Beast world, for those of you who started watching in Season 2. we did a lot of fun stuff here. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting things. Maybe we'll... I'm feeling kind of nostalgic here. Let's actually go on a quick tour. Okay, so yeah, I was wearing some very overpowered armor. Let's see what these quantum suit leggings were like. Oh yeah, that's some fun speed, but it almost feels too fast now that I'm used to just regular speed or slightly enhanced speed with haste 2. But anyway, so yeah, I had a little building here, sort of partitioned into different sections. This was my original building. Now it turned into just a bedroom. But yeah, originally this was where I started, and then I dug out the area under it and turned it into the rest of my base, and just kept that as the bedroom. So, you know, we have our power room here, ran on apparently biofuel and biomass. I think I have some... Oh, and lava. Yeah, lots of geothermal generators. GregTech was not enabled here, so we didn't have thermal generators or anything. You know, we're not here to do a full world tour, so I'll just take a quick peek at things. Oh yeah, I did that in my basement. I liked that. That really added a nice touch of sort of making it look dank. Didn't like the way these jack-o'-lanterns are all over the ceiling. Yeah, anyway, so we are here to look at our... I was so paranoid about nuclear reactors back in the day. I built this huge reinforced chamber around mine and never really had any trouble with it. So yeah, we're here to look at our villager breeding setup. So we set up this thing right here. The reason this floor is snow is because snow is a very quiet block to walk on. These guys are walking around a lot, and the louder blocks are just getting too annoying. So what we have here, this is a villager breeding cell, this whole room. And this right here is our toggle. This guy... when we flip the lever, piston goes up. He is now in range of some doors, which are up above. Here we have 6 houses, at least as far as villager mechanics are concerned. This is 6 houses. And when the piston is up, he's in range of those, and he sees them as valid housing. And he says, okay, there's only one of me. There's 0.35 villagers per door in a valid house. So we need to repopulate. Then these guys down there somehow see his need to repopulate, and hearts start coming up over their heads, and they breed. So when we want to turn that off, we just pull this back down. It's kind of slow to change. Like, we'll see hearts coming up over their heads for the next minute or so before it realizes... oh, this is no longer a village because he can't see those doors anymore, and they'll just stop breeding. So let's get the numbers first of all. So this is 1, 2, 3. Hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 7 blocks above the level the villagers are at is where the doors go, and 3 blocks below that is on, 4 blocks below that is off. Okay, 7, 4, and 3. I can remember that. That's pretty easy. That's what I thought it was. I just wanted to confirm. Yeah. So let's go back to the ultimate pack, and we're going to set up something a little bit better than this, because we never actually finished this project. Like, I had this minecart track in here to move villagers to trading platforms, and I had these janky little things here just for a few of them. But yeah, we're going to set up something much better. So I'm going to go back to the ultimate world, and we will continue what we were doing. Alright, we're back here. I did a little bit of building. I think we're pretty much ready for a test run here. I'm going to pretty this up a little bit more later. I don't like to use the same type of sandstone everywhere. Most of this will probably be smooth sandstone, but we'll figure out the block types a little bit later. I just want to make sure the functionality works right now. So let's get us a few test subjects. This guy right here, since we didn't take his life earlier, let's just make him our breeding toggle. So he is going to live right up here in this little chamber. Where'd he go? Oh, how did that happen? Okay, let's do that differently. So you're floating in the air. Go in. Go in. Ah, poor guy, it's taking damage. Okay, but anyway, he should be safe enough now. So there we go. That is our toggle. He's standing on a block that's on top of a sticky piston, which I can move up with this. And now he's up. Breeding is on. Do this, and breeding is off. So, yeah, zombies are going to be fascinated, but there's no way they can get in here. So yeah, here's our 6 houses, and we're going to take 2 villagers. They will be our initial breeders. and we'll put them into the breeding chamber and see if the system works. So who wants to breed? You're a Mistcraft guy. I'm going to want to trade with you. You're a librarian. I don't have a great paper supply right now, so how about I take the butcher and the librarian? They will be our initial mating pair. So you are going in here. Whoa, 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 whoa. This gravity gun seems a little dangerous. I'm gonna drop you gently. There we go. So let's get the butcher now. And actually, before we do that, let's just go ahead and toggle breeding on, because sometimes it takes a little bit to realize what's up and actually turn on. I'd like to hide that piston, but at the same time, I don't want to put too many blocks. Oh, yeah, see? Breeding is on. At the same time, I don't want to put too many blocks there to obstruct the space for our breeding villagers. So, come here. So right now it's visible. I'll figure out the aesthetics a little later. All right, so these two guys... Okay, set you down gently. Okay, these two guys are going to breed, and as soon as they make a baby, it should get sucked right through here. This is just powered by a redstone energy cell. I'd power it from below with something. I don't know what yet. I wonder if we could just use like a basic solar panel. That might do the trick. But anyway, they're looking like they're going to do their thing. Sometimes, you know, even after you see the hearts, it often takes a while before a baby pops up. So I'm going to watch them until one appears, and we should see it get sucked into this little tiny chamber right here. So let's see if that happens. Oh, it looks like it's about to. Maybe. Come on. You're both doing it. And... yes, there's a little baby. And... come on, chronotyper, do your thing. There it went. Yep. Baby librarian gets sucked right out of there. And after these two are off cooldown, they'll just keep on breeding and make more baby villagers. So let's close that off. So I will want to turn off my chronotyper for a little while so we get more breeding pairs in there. And I was thinking we could maybe do some fancy counting. Right, so breeding is off now. They'll just stop. But let's leave it. I'll leave it off for the moment. So yeah, that's step one. That is production of new villagers. From here, you know what? Maybe I should cut it here and do the rest in another episode. So yeah, that's a start. We need to process these guys, get them to some different holding chambers. Basically, okay, I'll go through the whole plan for this. So they start here. We get new villagers here. We'll have to wait for them to grow up before we can do too much with them. Oh, yeah, I can probably just use another chronotyper for that. Okay, cool. Yeah, so we can have a baby holding chamber right here. Another chronotyper that moves adults out. We'll then have an embarking track to pick them up and move them to a number of holding cells equal to the number of villager types. And how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8. Okay, so it's currently 8, but it may change with future mod changes, so I want to make sure this is extensible. So, you know, if we get a new villager type, we can put another put another thing on it. I kind of wish I'd moved this further over this way. Yeah, this should be over, like, here. Maybe I will do that. But I guess it's okay where it is. But yeah, so they'll go to a holding cell of their own type. So we'll have, say, only librarians in one spot. Then after that, I can press a button to pull one out, take a look at his trades, see if they're any good, and either press one button that would accept or one button that would reject. So the accept button would pick him up again with a, I guess, an embarking track, and move him to a series of trading platforms. Like, say we have, you know, something set up where, you know, pretend there's walls around this so they can't get out. But, like, we'd have a row of these, and the tracks would dump villagers successively on each one. So, like, if this is empty, the first villager that I accept of that type will go here and land on this platform. I'll probably put a pressure plate here or something to say that one's occupied. Then the next one that I accept will get transported over and dumped down on this one. And so on until they're all full. At which point I, you know, need to either not put any new villagers in there or expand my number of trading platforms. I also want some sort of kill switch in here. Like, I could retract this with a piston and drop them down to the place where they get rejected. Oh yeah, so if I reject a villager, it would go to a place where I have a zombie saved away. If I hand a zombie a piece of gear and shelter him from the sun, he'll last forever. So we'll have a particular zombie whose purpose is zombifying villagers I don't want, and then we'll use this grinder to turn those into monster essence. Because yeah, we need a solution for monster essence because our cow farm is currently, our mushroom farm is currently out of commission, and I can't do anything with those maze slimes. So yeah, we need monster essence for stuff, and this is not going to be a very fast way to get it. I'm going to need to do something more than this, but this will get us started at least. So yeah, at that point we'll be making some monster essence every time we reject a villager, and we will have every time we accept one, we'll get a new one we can trade with. And we'll have these setups for each type of villager, and that is going to be pretty cool. Now this is going to be a pretty large footprint sort of thing. That's kind of why I chose this spot that's off, that has a lot of room around it. Man, that looks cool from the air. So yeah, we have our main building, scrap building, GregTech building, B building, 2 minecart stations, and now this big thing. This is coming right along. Very cool. Okay. I think I'm going to call it about here. We unfortunately didn't get a rainstorm, so we can't see how our lightning rod worked, but we'll take a look at that later. I'll update you next episode, because hopefully it'll rain between now and then. Oh, wait a minute. What am I thinking? I can make it rain. Let's just use our rain gun. And we'll see if we can see the lightning rod in action, just to cap this off. So, I'm going to take you and shoot upward. Now, I don't think I can control whether it's a regular storm or a thunderstorm, so that won't help me, that won't help me specifically get lightning. But if we're lucky, either it'll be a thunderstorm or we'll just get a strike during a normal rainstorm. Now, how will we tell? I guess we'll tell because our MFSU will start filling up. That's about the only way. So let me... I guess I'll wait around here for a little bit, maybe do a bit more building on that, and then I'll update you in a moment. Whoa! I think that worked! I tried shooting the gun again, and I think we might have just turned this into a thunderstorm. It got real dark all of a sudden. We gonna hear any lightning? Yes! So we can control whether it's a thunderstorm or not. Okay, great. So I'm pretty sure that guarantees that this will get struck by lightning at some point during the thunderstorm. I don't know when. This has not gone up. I think that lights up, but all the sides are kind of obscured, so I won't be able to tell. Okay. Well, let's just hope that that it happens. I'm going to wait a little bit longer and see if anything cool happens. Oh, hey, this filled up. Okay. I didn't get to see it doing it. It did it real quick, because I guess, well, yeah, that's 8192 EU per tick. Just steps it down to smaller packets with the CHV transformers, but it still goes at the same speed. So, yeah, looks like one lightning strike, or, well, I don't know if it can get multiple during a storm. But anyway, some number of lightning strikes, maybe just one, can fill this up all the way, and maybe more. Cool. So that's actually really good. Like a full MFSU. That's a lot of EU. Great. So lightning rod works. Awesome. And with the hunter's handgun, we can actually control the thunderstorms. Have to use some ammo to do it, but I don't think that's too expensive. What is it? Storm shot. Ooh, that struck pretty near me. Okay, so it's just neutral shots and lapis. Yeah. And now that I have my lapis bees working for me, I have plenty of lapis. So yeah, over here, all I did was I added a second chronotyper. This one moves adults. So once this guy grows up, he should get pulled out into this chamber. I also switched this out for smooth sandstone. Looks a little better, but it's still very plain. By the way, the chronotyper is made like that. Pretty simple. So yeah, that's that's steps 1 and 2, basically. So we have the breeding cell. Let's actually just turn this back on again. And the baby holding chamber. Then our adult holding chamber, we're going to have to make this larger. I guess it won't even be a holding chamber. We just got to get into the minecart. Yeah, so can we just continuously power an embarking track? Let's see, I'd like to kind of detect when this... We can put a pressure plate here, that's what we'll do. Okay, pressure plate will power up an embarking track, maybe a minecart dispenser too. I just heard a weird noise. Maybe minecart dispenser too, to get us our minecarts and then move to the rest of the system. So that'll take a good bit of engineering. Maybe we'll continue this project next episode. But yeah, it should be super cool once it's all done. But yeah, I need to actually get it done. Like, we did a lot of talking about how it'll work, but that's worth nothing if we can't actually execute that. But anyway, that is going to do it for today. I will see you guys later. Thank you for watching.